I'm turning cream into butter today using my KitchenAid. This is a pretty easy process to do. You just have to know the right steps. So the first step is to get this warmed up to 62 degrees, approximately, somewhere in between 60 and 65. If it's too low, then it ends up taking a very long time for it to turn into butter. If it's too high, then it turns into butter, but it's kind of this frothy butter and it's not really the right texture at all. So truly, that 60 to 65 range is kind of ideal. So the first thing I'll do is I'll take my 2 pint-sized jars worth of cream. Now this is heavy cream. If I was using raw cream, I would take just the top half of it. And if you're getting heavy cream at the store, they've already done that for you. And if I check the temperature for this, currently it is 51 degrees, and that one's a little bit warmer at 54. So I'll take lukewarm water and pour it in with those jars. You could just leave it on the counter and it would gradually come up to temperature, but I tend to like to do things just a little bit faster. Now I'll add my hot water to the lukewarm water. The key is that I don't want it to get hot so fast that it's going to break the jars. So I'll add just a little bit and set the timer for 2 minutes, come back, check the temperature, and see if I need to add some more. Now I'll use my thermometer to just kind of stir it around, and I'll check that temperature. So this one's gotten up to 58 degrees, almost 59, so it's not gonna take that much more for it to get up there. That's why I just like to do it like this. It seems easier for me than waiting and having to remember to come back to it. I always have 1,001 things going on. So the other one was 60 degrees. I'll add a little bit more of this hot water and then do another 2 minutes. So this one actually came up to 62 degrees after 1 additional minute. So I took it out of the water and I let this one sit for just a little bit longer because it was a little bit cooler. So now it's up to 62 degrees as well. So I've got both of mine up to 62 degrees and I'll move on to the next step. When you're doing whipped cream, you want everything nice and cold, but when it comes to butter, you actually want it just a little bit warm, room temperature really. Now I'll place my 2 pints of warm cream into the bowl. You can use the whisk for this, but I actually prefer to use this one because it's a little bit more like a paddle. If you have a splash guard, then put the splash guard on. Since I don't, I need to use plastic wrap. I usually start by putting on the back one. I have to leave enough room so that the mixer can still mix around though. This needs to be big enough to wrap around the bowl, but leave enough of a hole so that this can move and it won't grab it. I usually do 4 pieces of plastic wrap, and I just kind of match it up with slightly in from the edge of this outside piece. Even if you're using a splash guard, it's a good idea to put some plastic wrap over the top of the area that you would look in, just because this is a really messy process. I start by beating this on a medium speed until it's a little bit frothy, because otherwise it tries to go out of the bowl. Generally speaking, the first stage is going to be a little bit frothy, kind of like a whipped cream. You want to mix through that stage, and then it'll start to get a little bit more flat again. And then you'll start to notice little chunks of butter are separating out until eventually it's almost like all of the sudden you have all this just liquid buttermilk and then the butter fats are sticking together, and you just beat it until those are all clumped up into one clump. So as you can see, now I have these lovely chunks of butter that are just in that buttermilk. I actually want to save the buttermilk, so I'll pour it into my jar through a sieve. And that's just to make sure that I don't lose any bits of butter in there. The buttermilk is a lovely addition to so many baked goods. I have a great recipe for waffles. I haven't done a video on that yet, but I also have a really good one for layered buttermilk rolls that are amazing. Now I'll pour ice cold water in with my butter, and I want to get as much of that buttermilk out as possible. If the buttermilk stays in, it will start to sour inside the butter, and it just gives it a different taste. At this point, I switch over to using my hands. I'll make sure that I continue to put fresh water in there so that it stays nice and cold, but I just feel like I can do a better job of getting that buttermilk out if I'm doing it by hand. You can see how that water is turning just a little bit milky. So then I'll dump that water out, and I'll add some more cold water in. And I just continue to press and work with it until there's no more milky liquid that's coming out of it. It doesn't usually take too long. If you had a splash guard, you could also do this on the KitchenAid, but with the plastic wrap, I just don't think it's worth it. At this point, my water is nearly clear, and so I'll add my salt. I like to do 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt for every pint of cream. So that'll be 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I just pour it over the top of the butter, and then I kind of work it in just like I would if I was kneading bread. I like to do this with my hands. I know that there's some people who will use these little paddles and these special boards for it, and that might be fun. But this has been pretty effective for me. And I usually do this over the top of my bowl because sometimes there'll be just a little bit more water that will come out. Now it's time for me to shape it, and I usually like to do it kind of in a long loaf. There are molds that you can get for these. Some of them are really fun shapes. Other ones are just, rectangles. The key that I've found is keeping my hands cold though, so I continually go back to the water and get my hands cold again. Sometimes I'll put this in the refrigerator for a few minutes because it can be just a little bit crazy how soft it'll get. Once I get this shaped, I put it in the refrigerator and let it cool down so that it can set. That's all it takes to make butter. I'll store it in the refrigerator and use it within the next week.